What if one simple habit, something you do every single day, could cut your risk of cancer nearly in half? It sounds unbelievable because when people think about cancer prevention, they think of screenings, medications, expensive supplements. But according to cancer researcher Dr. William Lee, one of the most powerful anti cancer tools is something most people over 50 are completely ignoring. And the science behind it is shocking. In fact, researchers tracking more than 116,000 adults over nearly 30 years found that a handful of daily habits reduced overall cancer risk by as much as 61%, not through medicine, not through treatment, but through lifestyle. And in today's video, we're revealing the 5 daily habits that help your body fight cancer naturally, including the number one habit that experts say most adults over 60 are doing completely wrong. And correcting it could dramatically improve your body's natural defenses. Make sure you stay until the end because each habit builds on the next. And the final one may be the most important health change you ever make. Let's start with habit number 5. It sounds almost too simple to matter. Drink water the moment you wake up, before coffee, before breakfast, before even checking your phone. Just 16 to 20 ounces of water first thing in the morning. Why? Because as we age, our body loses the ability to recognize dehydration. After age 55, your thirst signals become weaker. That means many older adults are walking around mildly dehydrated every day without even realizing it. And this matters because your body depends on water to perform one of its most important cleaning functions, the lymphatic system. Think of your lymphatic system as the body's garbage disposal network. It helps remove waste, toxins, and damaged cellular material. But when you're dehydrated, that system slows down. Waste accumulates, inflammation rises, and chronic inflammation creates the perfect environment for cancer to grow. Researchers have linked dehydration and chronic inflammation to higher risks of kidney, bladder, and colon cancers. But water doesn't just flush waste. It also supports a process called autophagy. Autophagy is your body's internal repair mechanism. It identifies damaged cells and breaks them down before they become dangerous. You can think of it as your body's cellular cleanup crew, but as you get older, autophagy becomes less efficient. And when that happens, damaged cells are more likely to survive, mutate, and potentially become cancerous. That's why starting your day with water can have a powerful ripple effect. It rehydrates your cells, improves circulation, activates waste removal, and helps restore your body's natural repair systems. And here's how to make it even more effective. After drinking water in the morning, move your body for just a few minutes. Even a short walk around the house helps stimulate lymph flow. That means hydration plus movement creates a stronger cleaning cycle for your body. Simple, free, and incredibly powerful, but hydration is only the foundation, because what you eat next can either feed inflammation or fight it. Habit number 4, eat fermented foods every day. This includes foods like yogurt, kefir sauerkraut, kimchi miso. These foods are rich in beneficial bacteria that improve the health of your gut microbiome, and that matters far more than most people realize because your gut does much more than digest food. It regulates inflammation, it trains your immune system, and it helps destroy harmful cells before they spread. But after age 50, the gut lining becomes weaker. Tiny gaps can develop in the intestinal wall. This allows toxins and inflammatory compounds to leak into the bloodstream. This process is often called leaky gut. And when toxins enter the bloodstream, the immune system goes into constant low-level alert. That creates chronic inflammation, and chronic inflammation fuels cancer. But fermented foods help repair this. They increase the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut. Those bacteria produce compounds called short-chain fatty acids, especially one called butyrate. Butyrate is incredibly important because it helps trigger apoptosis. That means it helps damaged or precancerous cells self-destruct before they become dangerous. Imagine having a microscopic security guard inside your colon, identifying dangerous cells and removing them before they cause harm. That's what butyrate does. And the best part, you only need 1 to 2 servings a day. A bowl of plain yogurt, a glass of kefir, a spoonful of sauerkraut. Small habits, big benefits. And if you pair fermented foods with fiber-rich foods like garlic, onions, or bananas, the effect becomes even stronger because fiber feeds the beneficial bacteria, helping them produce even more protective compounds. This is how nutrition becomes prevention. And now we come to one of the most underrated anti-cancer tools of all: walking. Habit number 3, walk every day, but at the right intensity. Not a casual stroll, not an exhausting workout, just 30 to 45 minutes of moderate walking where your heart rate rises, but you can still talk. Why is this so effective? Because cancer cells thrive on one primary fuel: glucose, sugar. They consume glucose rapidly to grow and multiply, but when you walk at a steady pace, your body starts burning that glucose for energy. That reduces the fuel available to abnormal cells. At the same time, walking increases oxygen delivery throughout the body, and cancer cells don't thrive in oxygen-rich environments. So, walking creates a double effect. It starves cancer cells of glucose while flooding tissues with oxygen. This makes it harder for abnormal cells to survive. But there's another powerful benefit. Walking improves mitochondrial health. Mitochondria are the energy factories inside your cells. They help regulate metabolism, repair, and cell survival. But as we age, mitochondria decline. That decline contributes to aging and increases vulnerability to disease. Walking stimulates the body to build new mitochondria. That means more energy, better repair, and stronger cellular defenses. And if you walk in the morning sunlight, even better. Sunlight helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which improves sleep, which strengthens immunity. And that leads us to the next cancer-fighting habit, a specific food compound that turns on your body's natural defense genes.
Habit number 2. Eat cruciferous vegetables, but not just any vegetables. The real power lies in something small, almost overlooked: broccoli sprouts. At first glance, they don't look special. Tiny, delicate, easy to ignore. But inside them is one of the most powerful natural compounds for protecting your body. It's called sulforaphane. And what it does goes far beyond basic nutrition, because sulforaphane activates something deep inside your cells, a system known as NRF2. Think of NRF2 as your body's master defense switch. When it's turned on, your body doesn't just function, it defends itself. It activates hundreds of protective genes responsible for detoxification, antioxidant defense, DNA repair. In simple terms, your body becomes better at finding damage, fixing it, and preventing it from becoming something dangerous, including cancer. But here's the problem. As you age, this system begins to slow down. NRF2 activity declines. Your natural defenses weaken, and over time, damaged cells are more likely to slip through unnoticed. This is how problems begin, silently. But sulforaphane helps turn that system back on. It reactivates your internal defense. And that's why broccoli sprouts are so powerful, because they don't just contain sulforaphane, they contain it in extremely high concentrations, up to 50 times more than mature broccoli. Which means a small amount can create a significant effect. But it gets even more interesting. Some research suggests sulforaphane may help target something called cancer stem cells. These are not regular cells, they are the root, the cells responsible for regrowth, recurrence, and resistance. So instead of only addressing the visible problem, sulforaphane may go deeper, targeting the source. But here's where most people get it wrong. Preparation matters, because sulforaphane doesn't exist in its active form right away. It's created when the vegetable is chopped, crushed, or chewed. This process activates an enzyme that turns it into its powerful form. But there's a catch. Heat can destroy that enzyme. So if you overcook your vegetables, you lose most of the benefit. That's why the method matters just as much as the food itself. The best way to use it: chop your broccoli, then let it sit for about 40 minutes. This allows the compound to fully activate. After that, you can steam it lightly, or even better, eat raw broccoli sprouts. Simple, efficient, powerful. Just half a cup per day may be enough to create measurable benefits over time. But here's the truth. Even this is not the most powerful habit, because your body has another system, far more advanced, far more powerful, and it only activates when you sleep. And that changes everything.
And now, the #1 daily habit that may reduce cancer risk more than anything else we've talked about. Not a supplement, not a superfood. Sleep. But not just time in bed. Deep, restorative sleep. Because when you enter deep sleep, your body doesn't just rest, it switches modes. From activity to repair, from survival to healing. And one of the most powerful systems activated during this time is something most people have never heard of: the glymphatic system. Think of it like an overnight cleaning crew, working silently inside your brain. All day long, your brain accumulates waste, toxic proteins, metabolic byproducts. And during deep sleep, the glymphatic system clears it out, flushing toxins away, resetting your nervous system, preparing your brain for the next day. But that's only the beginning, because deep sleep also triggers the release of something critical: melatonin. Most people think of melatonin as just the sleep hormone, but it's far more powerful than that. Melatonin is a potent antioxidant. It helps protect your DNA from damage. It supports your immune system, helping it identify and destroy abnormal cells. And here's something most people never hear. Melatonin can help prevent tumors from forming blood vessels. Why does that matter? Because without a blood supply, tumors struggle to grow. They can't expand. They can't spread efficiently. In other words, melatonin doesn't just help you sleep, it helps protect you at the cellular level. But here's the alarming truth. As you age, melatonin production declines. By the time many people reach their 60s or 70s, they're producing only a fraction of what they once did. And poor sleep makes it even worse, which means your body loses one of its most powerful defense tools: its ability to detect abnormal cells, repair damage, and maintain balance becomes weaker. And this is why chronic poor sleep is now linked to increased cancer risk, while people who consistently get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep show significantly lower cancer mortality rates, not because they're doing something extreme, but because they're allowing their body to do what it was designed to do: repair, protect, defend. So the real question becomes, how do you improve your anti-cancer sleep? It starts with simple habits. Go to bed at the same time every night. Keep your room cool. Make it completely dark. Avoid screens before bed. And stop eating at least 3 hours before sleep. These are not complicated steps, but they send a powerful signal to your body. It's time to shut down and begin repair. And when that happens, your body can finally enter deeper, more restorative sleep cycles, where the real work happens. Because during deep sleep, your body repairs damage, strengthens your immune system, and protects itself from disease. And that's why, out of everything we've covered, this may be the most important habit of all. Not the most exciting, not the most talked about, but the most powerful. Because true health doesn't just come from what you eat. It comes from how well you recover. And sleep is where that transformation begins.
So, let's bring everything together. 5 simple habits. Not complicated, not extreme, not expensive, but powerful when done consistently. Habit 1. Start your day with water. Habit 2. Eat fermented foods daily. Habit 3. Move your body. Walk at least 30 minutes. Habit 4. Eat sulforaphane-rich vegetables, especially broccoli sprouts. Habit 5. And most importantly, protect your sleep. None of these require supplements. None of them demand extreme diets. And none of them are difficult to start. But together, they create something powerful, an internal environment where disease struggles to survive, and your body has a better chance to defend itself. Because the truth is, the most powerful medicine is not always in a bottle. Sometimes it's in the choices you make every morning and every night. If this helped you, subscribe for more evidence-based health content. And I want to ask you something. In the comments, which of these 5 habits will you start first? Because your answer might not just help you, it might inspire someone else to make the one change that could transform their life. Thanks for watching.